Guys, how's it going? Today we are going to be cleaning our iDoo 10 pod that we started lettuce in about 3-4 weeks ago now. This lettuce has been growing and I haven't done anything to it. I haven't added any more water and I haven't trimmed on it. I haven't harvested anything yet. So I wanted to give you guys just a look at how this system is doing with pretty much me neglecting it for about 4 weeks. Now, if you were following along over on Instagram, we were giving you guys kind of day-to-day updates. We missed a few days here and there, but mostly day-to-day updates to give you guys a good idea of the growth rate of something like this and just what to expect from growing something in a hydroponic system like this. If you guys are interested in seeing that, I tug it in a highlight reel over on our Instagram channel, so you can go check that out, and it'll give you kind of a day-by-day look at how quickly things germinate and how fast they get up and growing. So at this point, this is, like I said, between 3 to 4 weeks. We're not quite at the 4-week mark yet. And this lettuce right now is ready to start harvesting off of it. So I actually could have started harvesting off of it a couple of days ago. But like I said, I wanted to leave this kind of untouched so you guys could see what it looks like at this point. So once the leaves are starting to get about 4 or 5 inches long, the bulk of them anyway, and start really looking like lettuce, that's when you can start harvesting off of these. And to harvest off of these, in the original video, if you missed that, you can go back and check it out. It says, I think it's called How to Grow Lettuce Inside During the Hot Part of Summer, something like that. But that's why we were doing this. It's because right now we can't grow lettuce outside, so we are growing it inside because it's just too hot. To harvest something like this and to keep our lettuce growing, which is really amazing, we can continue to harvest off this and it can continue to grow for several weeks yet before we have to plant new crop. But what we would do is we come in and we would just remove the outer leaves, kind of the biggest leaves off of the plant. So let me just show you here. We can remove these outer leaves. And then we can leave these inner leaves right here. So I don't know if I can get that close enough for you guys to see, but there's like one little tiny leaf here in the middle, and there's some more forming down in the center here that we can't see very well. But I just removed the outer leaves. Let me go ahead and do that with this one. So we can harvest off of that, leaving those center leaves, and this will continue to grow. Now this looks really harsh and you don't have to harvest this much lettuce off of your plants, but you can. I want to show you that you can do that. Typically what I do is I just harvest whatever I need. So if we're just doing some sandwiches and we want some lettuce, this is probably about enough. For us, we would put this on our sandwiches and then leave the rest until the next day when we want a salad or whatever that is. So that's how we harvest off of something like this, and that's how we continue to let it grow. Now today what I want to do is show you how to clean this system, because it is recommended by iDoo and most hydroponic systems to clean your system about every 4 to 6 weeks. Now we're a little bit early here and I could wait a little bit, but I wanted to show you guys a 3 to 4 week update, and so I figured we would go ahead and just clean it now as well. The first thing that I always do whenever I'm getting ready to clean my system is to see how the sponges look on top. So we just brought you guys in here a little bit closer so you can see the tops of the sponges like I can. And typically whenever you're looking at the tops of your sponges, sometimes you will get a lot of growth on top of these. Right now it's pretty mild, but you can see a little bit of growth on the top of this one around the edge, and it kind of looks a little bit white. This is not bad at all. Typically I would just completely leave this alone and wouldn't even mess with it, but there is a little bit there. So you can take a damp rag and just wipe the top of your sponges, just gently, because they will fall apart, but just gently wipe the tops of your sponges, and that will clean up anything that's growing up there and get it nice and clean. I also at this point like to go around and just clean up the base of my plants. I just like to keep everything nice and tidy down there so nothing is growing. Sometimes you can get little leaves that start to not look so good down there, which can cause stuff to grow. So I like to just clean mine up, make it look nice and tidy again, and that is part of my cleaning process. Now for ones that I'm not harvesting off of yet, it's a little bit more tricky, and that's simply because there's so much more happening down there right now. But this one has a little bit of white right here, and we're just going to go ahead and wipe that off. As you can see, it wipes off really, really easy. It's not that difficult at all. We've done things in the past with stickers or spraying a diluted solution of peroxide on the top, which those things do help. But honestly, I've just come to the place where this is really easy and simple and quick. Now with this one right here, because there are so many little ones coming out of the same sponge, we have one really strong looking lettuce plant here. You can leave these other ones, they'll probably be fine. And a lot of times I do, but I really want to just focus on this one. So I'm going to take these ones that are kind of straggly off, and we'll just go ahead and use these for lunch today or whatever. Don't waste them, but we can just clip them off, cleaning up any leaves around the base. And then that allows us to get in there and clean up our sponge a little bit. And that one looks great. We might as well take a look at the root system while we are in here. Look at that. That's awesome. The roots on hydroponic systems are always really, really impressive. Also, one thing that you want to look for on your hydroponic system is that the roots are nice and white. If they start to get brown and mushy feeling, that's not great. Typically, that means that you need to clean your system and you need to clean off those dead roots, which you can just kind of snip them off. Sometimes you can just kind of pull them off because they're so mushy, they'll just fall right off. But that's not a great sign. That means that you need to clean your system and you need to get all of those roots cleaned up. And hopefully you can salvage your plant. Sometimes you just have to start over though with a new seed. Okay, so let's get these other two cleaned up here. So we'll go ahead, just kind of assess them one by one. I'm going to just take that one off and this one in the back. Like I said, this thinning process is not 100% necessary whenever you're doing lettuce in a hydroponic system, but it is 100% necessary if you're trying to grow anything larger, because it will it's just not enough space for larger plants to really compete. Because we are harvesting off of these plants so often, and we don't let them get super big because of, you know, kind of harvesting down to just those couple center leaves, it's okay to have a few plants coming out of the same one, but sometimes it's just a little too much. And I like to leave the bigger ones, the nice big healthy ones, because they're doing great. They're living their best life. So we'll just take off these ones. And now your plants will look a little sad because they had support before and now they don't. So they were kind of being held up by each other before, and if you remove those, it's kind of its support system, so it's going to want to flop over. That's okay. They will perk back up and get their own strength going here in just a few days. Probably less than that, honestly, maybe a day or two. And so that one's nice and clean. I actually left 3 in this one, but I kind of like this nice big bunch. It's nice and clean. I don't even hardly see anything around the base here. Maybe a little bit, but looks pretty good. Okay, now that we have our lettuce all cleaned up and all the sponges cleaned up, we're going to go ahead and just remove this top panel. So I just like to pick up the whole thing, and I'm going to set it in a glass tray that I have here. You can set it in a big bowl, whatever you have. Just set it in something, because this is going to drip some water, and we can push this to the side until later. So now we have our system, and I wanted to mention as well, I have not added any water to this system whatsoever, which for the first 2 going on 3 weeks, this system did not need water at all. Now that the plants have started growing in the last week to half a week, they have really been using the water. So the water level now was up here at the max fill line. Currently right now it is at the 3-liter line. Now that is not good. I should have been keeping on top of this and adding water to it as soon as I saw that the water level started to drop. So just be aware of that. That's part of the reason why some of the plants look a little bit floppy, is because they probably weren't receiving as much water as they could. Once we get the system all cleaned up and new nutrients in here and the water level top back up, these are going to be perfectly fine. But like I said, I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to show you kind of what it looked like at a 4-week thing if you completely neglected it. Now, as your plants begin to grow and get bigger, they will use a lot more water than as just tiny seedlings. So from here, I typically check my water levels every couple days, but usually don't really have to add any water to it for about a week or so. So about every week I'm adding water to it. If the plants, maybe if I have a full system, like I only have 4 plants in this right now, if I had the system completely packed full of plants, it might be a little more often than that. So just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of how much you're going to be watering. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and disassemble our unit a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and unplug the power, and then I'm going to lift this light bar up about as far as it will go just to get it out of our way. Now we need to take this over to the sink and we're going to dump out the water, and I'll show you what we do next. Okay, so we are over here at my sink now, and I am just going to go ahead, and you can either dump out the water, or there is a little water stop plug in the back of this system. Many systems have them that you can just take the little rubber thing out and it will drain out the back. A lot of times I'll just dump mine, but honestly this is the safer way to do it because you don't want to get any water in your light bar or any of the electrical components of the system. So this is the safer way to go. If you're impatient like me, just be very, very careful while you're dumping your water out that you're not getting water near your light bar or the electrical components of the system. Okay, now that the system is all drained out, you can see that my system has some like stuff on the bottom. I don't know if that's coming up on the camera or not, but there's just some sediment, or I don't know what it is, but just some things on the bottom of the system. There's also a ring around my system that more has to do with my hard water than anything else. Typically, you're supposed to use distilled water in these, and that is what the manufacturer recommends. But we have wonderful water where we live, except for the fact that it is kind of hard. It has some mineral deposits and things like that in it, so that's not fantastic, but if you clean it out really well, it's fine. So I don't know, I just can't bring myself to buy distilled water. So what I'm going to do as I say, not as I do maybe on that one, but I'm just going to dampen a rag here and wipe out the system. That is all you need to do for your hydroponic systems to clean them. All you need to do is wipe them out with a damp rag. Now I have heard of people putting a little bit of Clorox in this and things like that. I would not recommend that whatsoever. If you dilute it enough, it's probably fine, but I just find it to not be necessary and kind of an unnecessary risk. There's not that much growth or fungus or bacteria or anything like that that grows in the system. And if you're at least adhering to the every 4 to 6 week cleaning schedule, so that's just really not necessary. Also, something of note is a lot of these systems come with the pumps, which is right here. The pump right here on this system is screwed in with some screws and kind of held on with a bracket or whatever there. And I've heard of some people wanting to take that off and clean it. And that's probably because one of the systems you actually did that. Some of them, they just pop out. Some of them are a little bit easier to remove, and you can remove them and clean them. But again, I've come to a place where it's just not necessary. As long as you clean the front of the pump where the water goes in and make sure there's no roots or anything really clogging the front of that, it's good to go. So you don't need to remove that. You don't need to get in there and really scrub it. Just make sure that it's clear and clean, and it's fine. So I have finished wiping out our system. We're going to go ahead and replace the plastic cap here. And then we can go ahead and fill it back up with water. You want to fill it all the way to the max fill line, which on this system is 4.5 liters. So that's what I'm going to do. Now that we have our system all filled back up to the max fill line, we can go ahead and add our nutrients, which for this system, because it is a 4.5 liter system, we need to add 25 milliliters of both A and B solution to this. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, now we are ready to set our plants back into the system. So they have been just sitting here over on the side, and they're fine sitting out of the water for a few minutes. It doesn't take long to clean this out. You wouldn't want to let them sit for more than, I would say, 15 minutes. That would probably be the max. You don't want their roots exposed to air for too long. That's not good for them. But just the few minutes that it takes you to clean the system, rinse it out, wipe it down, it's perfectly fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and set these back into our water here and make sure that we get all the roots in and all the leaves are out of the way. And like I said, they look a little floppy. That's okay. It's because we gave them a little bit of a haircut. They don't have support from their friends anymore. They maybe weren't getting enough water there for a little bit. In just a short amount of time, these will pick back up and look amazing. Sometimes whenever you do things like that, you look at it and you're like, I ruined it. I destroyed it. It's terrible. I should have left it alone. No, it's fine. You didn't. So we can go ahead and plug our system back in, and we're going to lower this light bar again. So this light bar, I used to have it all the way down. I didn't even adjust the light bar. Now we need to, because whenever our lettuce stands up, it's almost touching our light bar, and that's actually not good for it. It can burn the leaves. So we need to lift our light bar a little bit in preparation for that. I'm going to lift it about 2 to 3 inches from where it was before. That way when all of our lettuce starts to stand up, it will have plenty of room away from the light bar. So that is something to look out for. If the tips of the leaves of your plants, your lettuce, or whatever you're growing in here are starting to look a little brown and crispy, it's probably because the light is too close to it. So just lift up your light bar a little bit. It should be fine from there. So later today or tomorrow, whenever these leaves start to pick up and look good again, I will be posting a picture on Instagram to show you guys that they're fine. So if you don't follow us on Instagram already, I would highly recommend it. We like to give a lot more day-to-day updates and just like quick little information things over there for you guys instead of just a weekly video. It's just a little bit of a quicker information site and a place where you can just keep up with us a little bit more. So if you don't follow us there, I would highly recommend it. And thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope it was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below, and we will see you in the next one.